At what age was your first kiss? Do you remember her name? I was 5. Gave a boy a piece of candy on the bus when we were going home from kindergarten. He kissed me on the cheek. Hey Brian, if you see this. You were the coolest kid ever and I hope you're living an amazing life. Very first kiss was in like 2nd grade on the playground by this girl Lindsay in my class, but real. First kiss when it meant something was right after I turned 16 and was able to drive to meet up with this girl I had been talking to from MySpace named Amanda, and we made out on a bench in the woods. I'll take odd security questions for $500, Alex. Quote. First time making out was at 16. And yup. I remember her name. Where it was and the heavy rain. Which made the entire thing so much better. NGL. Young. 7 or 8. My family was friendly with another family from church and they had a little girl my age, so our moms would set up play dates for us 2 kids. We would play with dolls. Her dog. Pretty princess. Typical kid stuff. One day she asked if she could practice kissing with me. I was hesitant because she my friend and the religion. Mormon. We were in made it very clear to kids that only adults kiss. That began a year-long stake of practice kissing that was just her and I making out with tongue. For what felt like hours every time we had a play date set up for us. Her family eventually moved away out of state and I never saw her again. 6 or 7 years ago I get a Facebook message from her. She's married. Looks happy and we chat for a few days catching up when one day she asks me if I remember much about our childhood play dates. You mean all the making out we did? I asked. She says, yes. That's so crazy you remember it too. My husband says I'm an amazing kisser and I attribute it to you and I practice kissing all those times. Quote. Never talked to her after that. Sadly. She was a wonderful person. I've always been told I'm a good kisser. Too. I'm 26 and never been kissed. I had just turned 20. Was a sophomore at college. I remember everything about him because he is my husband. We celebrate 20 years of marriage this year. I was 8. My best friend at the time was a girl who lived next door who was a year older than me. Her name was Kirby. My parents were moving and she kissed me goodbye. I was 15. A friend of mine got me a drink from the bar. Having zero tolerance, I was drunk after it. A girl came up to me and we made out. Her breath smelled so bad I almost threw up. After exiting the club a few minutes later, I stood around staring at some random woman's ass without any perception of where I was or what I was doing until her boyfriend came over and threatened to break my face. It was a good day. 32 and still waiting. 18. Had my first kiss when I lost my virginity. Lots of firsts that day. I was 19, and OFC I remember her name. What kind of husband would I be if I forgot? I was 6 and in first grade. Her name was Sarah and we snuck in the jacket closet. Closed the door and kissed. On the lips. A few times. We also snuck behind the teacher's desk while she was lecturing just to kiss. First grade me was a boss. Brandon. After the football game in 7th grade. His friend told me he was going to kiss me. It was a French kiss and I had no idea what I was doing. In hindsight, neither did he. He broke up with me on Monday and told everyone it was because I didn't know how to kiss and it was way too dry. He said a real kiss is supposed to have spit dripping down your chin. I guess I'm lucky I never had to do it again. It was actually the day before my 16th birthday. My best friend at the time and two girls in our circle of friends were sleeping over. We were laying on the couch watching TV. One girl was laying on top of me and the other girl on top of my friend. I was scared shitless. I knew girls liked me, but I had never made a move on one before. For whatever reason, my move was quite literally squeeze her ass. As I did, she moved up and started kissing me. 5. She's a lesbian now. The same thing happened to my dad. I guess we just have that touch. World hasn't ended yet. Her name was Renee. And she had beautiful, Texas big hair. It was the mid-80s. So that wasn't unusual. I had no idea what I was doing. And she was very forward. Scared the crap out of 15-year-old me. I was 10 or 11. It wasn't like a French kiss or anything. I used to go to a summer camp for 2 weeks in the summer, and my first girlfriend was a girl named Sarah that I met there. It lasted the 2 weeks of camp. BTW. Each Friday at camp was a Friday night dance. With music and popcorn and soda and dancing and a bonfire with s'mores. Ha ha. I kissed her while dancing to Rebel Yell by Billy Idol. Ah. The 90s. I was 40 and we're still together. I was a very late bloomer. And I had been seeing her for a couple months, but I was too insecure to make the move. So on her birthday she sat me down and said, "I would like to kiss you." I got really hot and embarrassed, but it was great.